International Women's Day is coming, the day when women they are recognized for achievements without any divisions. I feel a huge need to talk about women on that day and about empowerment. You are a fabulous example of an independent, strong woman which is fighting for herself or for others, and you had lots of different jobs in Germany, in politics. Now you are vice president of European Parliament. What is your story like as a woman behind this?
I don't know how to make this short. It's of course a long story. I've been raised by a feminist mother. My mother is a doctor, and she always used to work even when she had kids, which wasn't normal at the time in Germany, and it was a struggle for her. And I was always being taught that you can do whatever you want when you're a woman, not even explicitly, but just by the model. And I became a judge, and there you have a lot of women in the judiciary in Germany. That is not unusual. But then when I entered politics, actually entering politics already was a deal, because I ran for the first time sort of a mayor, but in a rural region. And it was only because there was no chance of winning for our party, for the Social Democrats, that they looked for a woman. I mean, if there had been a chance to win, I know 3 men who would have run immediately. But there was no chance of winning. It's a completely conservative region, so they looked for a woman. And I thought, well, why not? I just try. And I tried, and I got 44.6% or something like that. So I almost won. And that was the start of my political career. I don't tend to give advice, but if I should do towards women concerning my own history, I would say don't wait until you are 100% sure that you can fulfill the task 100%. Because if you wait until that moment, you already have 5 men who are not as good as you, who have already said, I'm going to do it. You know, you just have to do it. You have to jump, and you have to say, yes, I'm the one, and you will be good enough.
And right now, the slogan Kinderkuche Kirche, is it correct? I pronounced it. Is it still alive? Because in Lithuania, although my example, it could be extremely different, as my mother is a businesswoman and father, he looks after her household. But I should say that in Lithuania, families, they are quite conservative, and there's inequality isn't at the highest level. So is it the same in Germany?
It is still an issue.
It is.
More in the rural parts than in the cities. I guess that's the same everywhere. And there are regional differences, I would say. Germany is a very conservative country as far as gender equality is concerned. I've learned, for example, that the gender pay gap is a lot less in Lithuania than in Germany, a lot less. Germany is actually far too conservative concerning that.
Okay. And if talking about Lithuanian families and Lithuanian lifestyle, what glimpse of wisdom you could just offer for women, or maybe men as well, just in order to have inequality in a high level over here?
Well, it's very difficult to give an advice in a society that has a completely different tradition. But as I said, it's very often this issue is being regarded as the women who have to change something. But that's not the point. The point is that society has to change, and that the male part of society has to change too. And I think also that men have to realize that they benefit, you know, because for a woman it's not a nice thing to be reduced to a role of mother, of a wife, of taking care of household, etc. But if I see it right, it can't be nice for men either to be reduced to a role. I mean, if you want to be highly successful in your profession, that's fine, and you can always do that. But if you like to be with your children for a period of time, or for a long period of time, you should have the ability, the freedom to do it without being, without being regarded as an outcast by society. And that is what still happens sometimes also in Germany, that you're being regarded, if you're a man who steps out for a while, for a year or two because of the kids, it's still, women think it's great. You have great success with women if you do that. But your employer and other men sometimes think, softy, we call that, and that's stupid, because it gives so much individual freedom, not only to women but also to men, if we don't stick to these very firm roles.
So you propose just to be brave, to show an example, for the modern family sometimes?
Yes, well, you always need people who go forward, like your parents do, obviously. But you also have to call on employers, for example, to realize that mixed teams always have better results than very homogeneous teams. And that does not only concern gender, it also concerns age, social backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, even religious backgrounds, sexual identity backgrounds. The more diverse your team is, the more experiences you can benefit from. And I think we really have to work on this side also, that employers don't only think you need the man between 30 and 50 who is, that is who we want. It's your benefit if you look for a broader scale.
Yeah, that's some very nice points. Well, I have the last question. For you, is it basketball or football, the king or the queen? What is better for you? What is your go-to?
Well, I'm going to be married to a professional basketball coach.
Okay, that's obvious.
So I spend almost every evening that we have together watching at least one basketball game. And I love it.
You love it?
Yes.
And so now you're a basketball fan?
Yes, and I'm so glad that I have the possibility to watch a basketball game while I'm here.
Yeah,
because yes, Lithuania is so renowned for its capacity here, and I'm really, really impressed by the work that is being done here.